as I'm staring through the red mist. I feel my blood boiling as I'm clenching my fist so hard. My heart rate goes up to the top, and my mind feels like I'm about to erupt.
Dutch Dream Team, Van Gerwen and Barney coming next as they take on Russia. And rounding off the night, Australia with Simon Willock against Carl Anderson against Max Hopp and Jihan Artud for the host nation Germany. They're singing Van Gerwen's name. Oh, Michael Van Gerwen, the roar goes up. They've seen their hero. Let's get him on stage now, our MC, John McDonald.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the action. This is the Betway World Cup of Darts, brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation, live on Sky Sports. And a very special welcome to the millions of viewers joining us around the world. Welcome to Frankfurt, Germany. Let's meet the teams. Ladies and gentlemen, two-time World Cup champion, Team Netherlands and Team Russia.
Wayne Mardle, Van Gerwen and Barney look focused, they look ready, they want to win this World Cup.
Well, yeah, they've both experienced it before. Of course, Barney's won it with two different partners now, with Michael Enko Stompe. And they want to get it back. They do. Let's be honest, they are the favourites for the tournament because of that man. He is the best player on the planet. But in Barney, you've got someone that will continue to play at the highest level. And if the going gets tough, Barney could easily take over and be kind of Michael's confidant, if you like, and be Michael's captain, because Barney is that good.
Just got the stats through. Cody Harris in that last match, 99.753 to average. Impressive, very impressive.
First time on TV playing darts. What we know he lost, but what a start to his career. And it's odd talking about the start of someone's career. We saw Alexander Oreshkin at the World Championships. The first time he'd ever appeared he's into his 50s, and he took Mervyn King all the way in a 5-setter. So this won't be plain sailing for Team Netherlands.
Rod Harrington and Rod Studd, you commentators for this one.
Thanks, Dave. Wow. So really enjoyed that last game, and Cody Harris, as you and Wayne were alluding to there, almost 100 average for his throws. And, well, on Parry as well. I mean, they both played brilliantly. At 1.31, they had Scotland on the ropes there. And two big finishes from Thornton and Anderson got them out of trouble and went on to win. And who knows, they could go on to win the tournament. But that was a breath of fresh air, wasn't it, from Cody Harris?
It certainly was, Rod. As I mentioned when I was commentating with Wayne, when I was down in New Zealand last year and in Australia, a lot of people come up to me and said, keep an eye on this Cody Harris. He hasn't been playing that long, very good player, got good scoring power, and it would be great to see him, perhaps play on the tour. So you might pick up a sponsor from down under, you never know.
Well, now, the Netherlands, the Dutch darting dream team of Barney and MVG against Russia. Koltsov here and Oreshkin, who we saw at the World Championships, won the prelim game and then gave Mervyn King some hurry up in round one. 2-0 in sets to Oreshkin. King scrambled through.
94.
The Russian Whitlock.
167.
We'll see the real Whitlock later.
Well, there's going to come up for treble 20 now. Doesn't have to take the bullseye. Not with the Netherlands on 2.63. And he's done exactly what he had to do. Well, that's even better.
117.
Well, just left the bullseye. Ross just telling him not to walk straight down the hockey. He needs to come off on the left-hand side. So a bit of pressure here for the Netherlands in this first leg.
Russia require 50. Game shot, first round.
Not bad scores that. We're talking about Cody Harris. Boris Koltsov has just gone 140 and taken the double out, so that's not a bad leg from the Russians to open up their campaign here in the World Cup.
We've mentioned before many times that this best-of-9 doubles format in round 1 is nobody's cup of tea amongst the big teams, because a couple of legs in and you can be in a pick. I mean, you've got to play badly for 5 minutes and you can be 3-0 down and in all sorts of trouble.
And also, you know, if your opponent is not really keeping his end up and then you try to cover his scoring, there's a little bit of extra pressure, even for the likes of Van Gerwen and Taylor and Lewis and Anderson. You know, sometimes you put that shirt on for your country, it does put extra pressure on. So we're talking about funny throws. It certainly is individual. And this one is certainly individual as well. The power machine. There was a treble 20 out as quick as anybody, or quicker than anybody on the planet. Solid throws as well. That's as solid as you'll get from a newcomer on the big stage.
The Worlds beat Paul Lim in the prelim round and averaged almost 90 in that game, and that was over 3 sets as well, so it's a really fair barometer of what he's capable of. Averaged 86 against Mervyn King when he lost 3-2 in the end. This should be 1-1 from here. Half a dozen darts for Van Gerwen and Barney.
105.
Double 10 for Raymond when he returns. Now ranked world number 11, Barneveld.
Netherlands require 20.
To level it up. Level it up he does. He's number 11 runners and he's slipping even further. He keeps ducking out of tour events and European events.
Well, had Jelle Klaassen been available to play, would have been a different story, wouldn't it? Klaassen has just nicked ahead of him, hasn't he? He's 10th now, so. And then Benito van der Pas is heading him off at the pass, isn't he?
He really is playing well, and he's surging up the rankings, is Van der Pas. It could easily be Michael and Van der Pas next year.
Definitely possible, yeah. Barney will need to make the most of his position as a top 16 seed for the match play, for example. It's coming up in July from the Winter Gardens. Barney is starting to get a little bit, I'll put it politely, fed up.
Yeah, I don't think it's intentional. He's just a newcomer to the big stage and he's just a little bit excited, so he's got blinkers on.
100.
They look like blinkers anyway.
Well, his partner Boris Koltsov was at the World Championship. He beat Hideki Muramatsu in the prelim round in 2015 before losing to Kevin Painter. So they've both got plenty of experience up on the big stage. Well, I think this could be the leg where the break comes, Rod.
Yeah, this is where the big fella has got to put in a good score, get some control in this game. He's angry with that, should have had another treble. However, a 140 still keeps the Russians in this leg.
58. 95.
Well, there's 2 darts for Barney in the break they've been looking for on the cards here. Going to find a break at some point, the Netherlands, with Russia having the throw in the odd-numbered legs, but I feel if they get one break, then they can really start to steamroller on. The favourites for this title.
35. Netherlands require 88.
Well, he's got to go the bullseye route. He's going to give your opponents a chuck. He is going the bullseye route, or is he going? No, he's going big 18.
Russia
He took a chance there, and sometimes this will turn around and give you a kick. Always used to say, when you talk to the Bristows and the old boys, never ever, although Eric did it to Keith, we know, but don't ever give them a chuck.
Game shot of
Well, all's well that ends well, but I agree with you, Rodney. Can't give your opponent even the smallest percentage of a chance. They did there, they escaped, they lead 2-1, they have the break, and they have the big kicking start at the beginning of the 4th.
One day you will do that and it will come back and haunt you.
Well, it haunted him in the Premier League final, which he went on to win 2013. He declined a bullseye shot against Phil Taylor and left Phil Taylor 160, who promptly went 60-60 double top.
100.
It's Van Gerwen.
Well, you have to say, this is one of the weirdest throws you'll ever see in professional darts. I wonder if he can hold that hand up with all that gold and silver on it as well.
57.
Well, Russ Bray just pointing out there is an exclusion zone that you cannot trample all over when your opponent is about to
96.
throw. Really, you might argue that it's a sign that maybe the Dutch aren't completely in the zone, Rod, that they're not even noticing in it. That, you know, had they been firing on all cylinders, maybe they wouldn't even be worried or noticing what their opponent was doing. I don't know.
Well, you've only got to step back for, what's it take, a couple of seconds? Just stand back there, let your opponent get right off the hockey around the back of you and settled. You know, sometimes you can even feel the player walking behind you. Just wait for him to get settled. Interesting to see what he does this time. Michael's coming back to 71. A treble 13, but over 16 for a 3-1 lead.
Netherlands requires 71.
He's walked off quite well there. He knocked Russ out of the way.
Russia require 124.
Tops here for the Netherlands to go 3-1 up, and they're going to be under some pressure here.
Require 40.
There he goes, 3-1. I'll tell you what, Rodney, what is a bit odd here is that Barney was throwing after Oreshkin, wasn't he? And now Van Gerwen's throwing after Oreshkin. Strange.
Yes, I thought that the same player, the captain, went first in each leg. I'm actually just trying to look up the rules, but it's in German.
93.
And now Barney's back following in.
I think what they've just done, they've just alternate throws, whether they finish the leg or not.
Well, an early scare. They lost the first leg. They won the next three with a minimum of fuss. Barney and MVG. And looking like underlining their status of favourites if they do win this game, which seems a certainty now. They'll play the Philippines in the next round, who we saw win earlier tonight.
Yes, at the moment, no real trouble for the seeds. Belgium beat Poland 5-1, they're the number 7 seeds. You just see Scotland beat New Zealand 5-3. That was a closer game than that, we have to say. Big scare for the Scots. And the Netherlands here look like they're on the way. Barney should set this up pretty good for Michael to come back and just close this leg out and go one leg away.
Russia require one.
You have to fancy that he may get a dart or 2 darts, a double top. He's going to get 2. Calm down.
80.
A little bit rushed there.
Netherlands require 87.
Sure what annoyed Boris Koltsov there, but he wasn't happy with something. Double 5 at any rate for Van Gerwen.
82. Russia require 20.
Four, 2 on the board for Russia. Oh, that's a long way off.
No score.
So is that one. So the Netherlands come back.
Netherlands require 5.
Just having a chat there, the Russians. Double 2 for that. Leg 4 for Holland.
3 score.
Well, Barney cannot mop up.
Russia require 20.
Some pretty scratchy stuff in and amongst.
Game shown.
Now it's 3-2.
The Russians 6 leg and Netherlands 3 leg.
Don't have to throw in this one though. The Russians are going to find a break from somewhere. Not easy to break when Van Gerwen
85.
is leading the way, but only 85 though from MVG.
100.
Not quite in the pickle that the Scots were in, who were 1-3 behind to New Zealand and dug themselves out of it. And you have to give credit to Robert Thornton and Gary Anderson because they never flapped or panicked.
60.
But here, the door's just ajar again.
I have to say, the Ruskin could just score a little bit better, but being with a good chance. But some of his darts are really wayward. The throw, the release is just too short. Not getting any length in the arm. Well, you see Michael Van Gerwen, he's got the release right down the line, as we'd say in cricket. Rodders.
20.
Phantom maximum.
That's caught the stem as it's come in where it holds the flight.
60.
It's better.
100.
Well, the first signs of a smile flickering across the great Dutchman's features. First time we've seen that tonight. It hasn't been the happiest night at the office for Barney so far, but winning is what matters. They're not far away now.
Well, we don't see Barney smile enough, full stop, do we? I mean,
85. Thank you, ladies and
a
gentlemen.
wonderful dart
Netherlands
player.
require
He just eased up a bit.
136.
We'll see him win more tournaments. Oh, another treble 19 will leave double top.
58.
Well, Barney has won this event twice with different playing partners. Michael van Gerwen himself in 2014 and Koos Stompe in 2010 in the inaugural running of the event. 78 then for Barney, 54 for 24. Oh, 57. Oh.
38. Russia require 126.
I don't know, there's a bit of a lack of concentration there from Barneveld. Well, he's got to look at 19s. 4 19s will give him a dart at the bullseye. Oh, just doing it well. Now, don't miss the big number, which he hasn't. Now the bullseye, and this would be a shock for the favourites. The red bit in the middle of the board.
77. Netherlands require 40.
An important visit here from the world number one. Does not want to be making a mess of this. Yeah, that was important because when it goes 3-3, suddenly you're in a best of 3 legs. The opposition has throw in 2 of them. It's not a comfortable position to be in. I don't care who you're playing against. So that important from Van Gerwen, that double 10, vital. And now, just 1 leg away, the Dutch.
60.
No offence to their partners, but if Boris had played with Cody, they could have had a good push for this tournament the way them two have played, because Boris has played exceptionally well here.
Well, an average of 82 for the Dutch pair in this format, just to put it in a context with the best of what we've seen this evening. Belgium, really, I thought. The Huybrechts brothers, they were averaging about 92.
Yes, it's not the polished performance that we kind of expected. There's been a lot of loose starts.
100.
Concentration. Perhaps sometimes you just go up there and think you're just going to win, and all of a sudden,
Thank you,
it doesn't actually work.
Best of order.
Well, staccato stuff all round, really, in honesty. Barney putting a big one here to move close to the finishing line. No, is the answer.
40.
Well, it's been torrid tungsten from Barney tonight, and things can only get better. They'll play the Philippines if they get through, then Australia, Germany or Denmark. They're in the same half as the Scots. Scotland v Holland is the projected semi-final if we get that far.
Russia require 54.
Oh, this game may not be over yet. Maurice can take this 54 out, and all of a sudden this next leg could get very nervy. We know that MVG always pulls it out of the bag when needed. However, double top, it is. It is a holder throw. This is the leg that the Netherlands have got to win. This is where Van Gerwen is going to kick off these 2 trebles.
96. 45.
relief for the Dutch, as Koltsov could not take any advantage at all of Van Gerwen's 96 start. It's just edgy,
60.
Rod, isn't it? Very, very edgy.
Yes, I think that Michael thought he was just going to step up and pound the treble 20. That's not happened. And Barney really has struggled. The Russians can just keep with the Dutch and get down to that double. I'll tell you what, the way his darts laid, this is perfect for another treble. Just caught the bottom dart instead of the top one.
Well, you're just sitting here waiting for Van Gerwen to ignite. It just hasn't happened. It just hasn't happened. He sat here for 7.5 legs of darts, expecting at any second the fireworks to start, but it's been damp squib. Good grief, this will be interesting if Barney can't compile something sizable. What a time to have your best visit of the match. Just when they needed it, because I tell you what, had he gone even a straight 60, the pressure would have been on.
Yes, it would have been. But a 140 here would be big pressure on Michael Van Gerwen. You've got to feel that a ton is not going to be enough. That's not going to happen now, so Van Gerwen's going to come back to finish this match off. It's not been the best of performances from the world #1 team, however, it will be a win. And see Michael just wait until he gets back again. Oh, there's the odd 5.
Tops for the match! It has not gone. It has not gone, but this will have to go. Won't go. So Barney coming back then for double 10 to finish off what has been a grueling battle.
Netherlands require
Torrid
20.
struggle. But they are through. The favourites for the title are through safely into the last 16, but Barney's expression says it all. That was a tough night at the office for the Netherlands. They're through. They play the Philippines. They beat Russia 5-3.